Hey, we're back. Didn't want to exactly dishonor Halloween by not really putting up a spooky video. But I'm back on the schedule. Today, Duke Nukem's final episode, 3. Now that I've warped to Earth's future, Duke the Fluke cannot stop me. Oh, that's your nickname now. How nice.
I need to find Dr. Proton's time machine or Earth is doomed.
Yes, so Dr. Proton's hiding in the future. Somehow. Yeah. He's doing the whole Kang the Conqueror thing. And I have to say, episode 2 is longish, episode 3 is shortish. Arguably easier-ish, but not quite. It is a little tougher, actually. It just doesn't seem that way at first, because you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just walk right to the end there. Yeah, it just looks like, fall back down from the moon and be like, okay, where's this time machine, and why didn't you just do this first? And also, how easy was this to do? Why couldn't he have just done this first? Was it like a last desperate chance because he'd never tested the time machine? Probably. You don't want to screw around with time machines. Like, really. It's just a big no. Mostly because it's just usually reality-breaking logic paradoxes. You don't want to deal with those. And we got, none of the... I think there's going to be at least one new background to describe the fact you're in the future. So let's take the time machine and take a look at that. Actually, I think maybe a couple of them? Something like that. But yeah, now the time machine thing is apt. So if you didn't think there was going to be any time travel, the time machine sign in the previous episode should have hinted you in on that fact. Right? I just like how we just jumped directly into the Comedy Central Presents background, like almost immediately upon starting the game. They know what I like. These weird bricks things. They know that bricks are resistant to exhaled winds. So says the Game Wolf. So tell me, how was your weekend? Eh? Tell me.
Tell me under penalty or perjury of the law.
Okay, we've machine timed. Yeah, look pretty utopic there, huh? Yeah, it would be a shame if something were to happen to it. And that's level 1. It's just a transition to actually going into the future, so to speak. You gotta look for the subtle clues of storytelling. About to enter level, be sure to save your game, yada yada yada. I don't even know if that's worth reading at this point. But to those of you new to this game, yeah, the post-it notes are just going to tell you to save the game. In fact, they should tell you every time. Okay, now we're officially in the future. The future of, 2121. Yeah, that's right. Actually, no. I think the thing is that this. Okay, so this game was made in 1990. I think I looked at some of the documents for this, and it says the story is set in 97, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so it's one of those. I mean, it obviously was going to know 97 was not going to be like that, but it's just in terms of a typical action movie, we just set it like a few shortly in the future, assuming it's going to be the same. Don't ever try to make predictions. You'll almost always be wrong. At least when it comes to trends. Not so much when it comes to human nature. That you can be pretty safe on. I got soda cans. Yeah. So Coca-Cola is definitely going to be in the future. Try to own space like the rest of the companies. I've got my floppy disk again, or computer board. Yeah. I was doing some... Probably know I've been doing some pre-planning, and yeah, I've got like the next half a dozen at least projects planned already. Again, I'm just going over stuff I've already done, so it's not like it took that long to sort. It didn't. I'm avoiding the nuclear molecule because it'll give me full health, and if I don't need it right now, save it to later. I don't care if you want those points for the high score. It's not worth the risk, and you really don't need to risk too much. I mean, the closest I got to death in this whole thing is towards the end, but that's just because supplies were low. So, be conservative with the items at hand. He'll carry you no matter how much you suck, I suppose. Helicopters haven't changed much in the future. No, you know what I'm guessing is just that, like, well, the thing is, he probably had an automatic robot maker, right? So he goes to the future when all that stuff is completed and then just uses that stuff, I'm guessing. Or we just blow up the time machine and you can never fucking come back. You know, there's multiple ways to cut the knot here. However it goes, it's just for the... This is the flavor of the moment, right? I'm told, like, you know, how there's always should be, like, a flavor of the month, and...
Duke, you've tracked me to the moon and into Earth's future. Don't you ever take a break?
Hell no. I don't do what Nintendo tells me. It says, like, take a break every 2 hours, and I'm like, no, and I never had a problem with it. They always say it's bad for your health to keep playing video games for hours at a time, but you know what? As long as you hydrate and take care of your hygiene and needs... No, not so much. I mean, obviously you should be taking breaks, but I'm saying, like, if you go over a few hours, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I was thinking, you know, January is the month in which we look to the future, so we should have, like, marathons about movies set in the future in January. So is what I'm thinking. I suppose New Year's Day kind of does that sometimes, but I mean just for the whole of January as a whole, not just being like, oh, it's a new year. No, I just mean like, should be celebrating time itself, not the milestone. Oh yeah, so those spinny things, I completely didn't occur to me, but apparently they destroy lasers near them. So it can be a different kind of lock. It seems to open up stuff similar to how the computer board thing works. Yeah, that is something I learned. Hey, how come I don't have the grapple hooks yet? Oh yeah, don't worry, I'll get my items today. We'll get that stuff with the spicy meatball. Yeah, okay. Better waste the can and just collect its remains. Not even much in the way of bonuses. I suppose I could have gone for the no damage run, but like I said, I'm going to leave that to the experts and the speedrunners of the world. Yeah, I know. Save your game. That's not even worth reading. Come on. You can do better. Do better! So yeah, I'd even break 100,000 points. This was exceedingly quick. Even quicker than when I started this whole thing. I will see you next time. And, have a sweet future. Whoa.